Before I get started with today's history lesson, I'd like to introduce you to someone. This is Christy Woods, Miss Teen USA 1996. And this is Christy Wood, former NIC, North Idaho College trustee, and current member of the Coeur d'Alene City Council. Know the difference, you trailer trash morons. So I decided to do a little time travel today because, according to the front page of the Coeur d'Alene Press, NIC's accreditation is definitely at risk. And the problem is the board and the actions specifically taken by the three right-wing wackos who won in the last election. And remember, we won the election to the rest of you. So I went back and looked in the Internet Archives to see if accreditation was at all an issue, and it was. So right before the election came out, NIC trustee Greg McKenzie, who's now the chair of the board, penned this hoax-laden screed. You see, he does it under his official name, and if you look at the bottom, it says that it was printed and paid for by the Republican County Central Committee. In it, McKenzie addresses the accreditation concerns, saying this: like the Russian collusion hoax, these absurd accreditation claims proved fruitless. Merely electing conservative Republicans to a college board should not cause concern. So the three sane Republican candidates, two of whom won, trustees Zimmerman and Corkill, they won. They all said that accreditation was an issue. The three carpetbaggers, of course, none of them have voted in the last NIC trustee election. They just fell off the bus. Here's what they said in the Coeur d'Alene Press a long time ago regarding accreditation. When asked about the main point of contention with their opponents, Hartman said it was the college's threatened accreditation. They're spreading bad information, he said. That's our biggest difference. Waggoner, who actually won the election, agreed and said, same here. Sheridan said a disservice has been done in the portrayal of the school's current status. They had no clue, and Waggoner, of course, is the clueless of the bunch. In fact, probing the background of these guys and going on the internet and trying to find evidence of where they said accreditation wasn't an issue. Now, you got to understand, the sane Republicans, because they were all Republicans who wanted to be on the board, kept saying it was an issue. And the insane Republicans, which was Waggoner, Sheridan, and Hartman, they all said, oh, it's not an issue, when they knew damn well that once they put Banducci in charge, and let's face it, even though McKenzie sits in the center seat, Banducci's calling the shots, that accreditation would instantly be at risk. And it didn't even take them a month. They haven't even been in office. They haven't been meeting for a month, and all of a sudden, slam comes the hammer of accreditation. But I wanted to cement, is this a big issue with them in the campaign? And most of their websites don't mention accreditation at all. In fact, the most curious is Waggoner's website, where he has this gem. I pulled it off Facebook, but it's also on his campaign website. And I love this little picture of him here. Looks like the ghost of NIC future. Anyway, the biggest problem I have with it is this: I'm disturbed at the un-American and anti-white programs. That's on his campaign site. And yet, according to this card, which a lot of uninformed Republicans were stupid enough to follow, he was rated and vetted. And there's other stuff in his past, too, that I don't want to look up. We're getting what we asked for. It's true. They won the election. They won one seat. And the effect of that is that accreditation is in jeopardy. And if you read the article on the Coeur d'Alene Press, you'll see what the future bodes for NIC. Basically, there's nothing we can do. We can't do a recall of Banducci or anyone else. It would take too long. And the bar is just too high in Idaho to do a recall. And according to the paper today, there's never been a higher education institution in the state shut down. So, yay, achievement of the local Republican Party. They're actually going to be the first, and we need to hang it on this guy's head, shutting down the college. And I think that's unfortunately what's going to happen. I don't think they're going to get their act together. The way to fix this, you can bring back the president. That would be one way to fix it. But it's not going to get rid of Banducci, Waggoner, and McKenzie. Those three need to resign. And I don't know anyone who has, I mean, they're going to be stubborn, and it's not going to help that the local GOP is fawning all over themselves, apologizing for their actions. That would be the one way you could fix it, because then hopefully the state would come in and appoint some sane people again, and we could save NIC. Otherwise, the institution is lost. And I hate to say that. The next meeting is Wednesday, the 21st. I will be there. I urge everyone who supports the college to show up. We need to overwhelm them and let them know that even though they won an election, they're wrong.